Okay, let's talk Targaryens, dragon dreams, visions, Daenerys Targaryen, and mistaken identity. This is just a theory, but I think it's worth having a little chat about. So one of the things I really loved on House of the Dragon was seeing Daemon's visions. Not all of them, but most of them. I liked this moment where we saw what we know to be Daenerys Targaryen with her 3 recently hatched dragon eggs in the Dothraki Sea. It's important to look at what Daemon saw. A small person, a child, looks like a boy. Most of the hair has been burnt off. Like, there might be a little bit of blonde there, but you can't really tell. And they've got 3 recently hatched dragons crawling all over them. We know it's Dany, but I think past Targaryens saw something like this. They got confused and they thought it was either themselves, their children, or, a recent descendant. When Dany emerged from the pyre, most of her hair had been burnt off. So for the average person who doesn't know what goes down, if you just see this image of this person in a vision, it's very easy to mistake them for a young boy. I think the truth could be that the Targaryens, yes, they wanted the power that the Iron Throne would bring them to rule Westeros. But I also buy that there was more to it than just that there was a deeper reason. And this could be it. We know that certain Targaryens, not all of them, but a few of them experienced these weird dreams, dragon dreams, if you will. They are prophetic, but they are confusing. They're not very clear. It's like a hint, but you've got to work out what it all means. Some people are successful with this and others less so. I could totally buy that Aegon the Conqueror had a dream of the long night coming. Maybe he saw this child. Maybe he thought it was his own descendant. Maybe he thought, this is my son. Because nobody knows when the long night is coming. They just know it's coming. Maybe this is why every Targaryen was so concerned about having an heir. Not just to retain the Iron Throne, but also for this great battle that they know is coming. But it's not an open secret. Only a few people seem to know this, and it's very much kept in the family. And not every family member is told about it. Maybe Aegon told his sons. Maybe that's why Rhaegar was so desperate for an heir. We know Daenerys Targaryen, Daenerys the Dreamer, she foretold the doom of Valyria, and that is why the Targaryens were able to get away. What if she had another vision of an icy doom, of the long night? We don't really know, because the Targaryens that were privy to this information, they kept it under wraps. What I'm about to say next is a spoiler for the life and times of King Aegon V. So if you are planning on watching the Dunk and Egg spin-off this year, I don't want to ruin it for you or give anything away. So only watch if you're cool with that spoiler. Aegon V was also known as Egg. That was his nickname. Surely just a coincidence. But he was also obsessed with dragon eggs. And we got this artwork here. It's on the new 2026 A Song of Ice and Fire calendar, which is all going to be Dunk and Egg themed. And you've got Egg holding an egg, a dragon egg. And this is the spoiler. At the end of his life, Egg dies trying to bring dragons back at a time when they've been gone for decades and decades. But what if Egg had a vision, a dragon dream? And what he saw, we know to be Daenerys, but to him, it would look very much like himself with the short hair. Is that what motivated Egg? Did he have these dreams plaguing him, and that's what led to the tragedy at Summerhall? I really do buy that this could be a case of mistaken identity. They're on the right track. They're just a little confused over who it is. We know, with the benefit of hindsight, it is Daenerys. They're all getting confused. They just see a child, and they make the link. It's a Targaryen. It's one of us, and they've got dragons. And they are fighting the good fight, the great fight. We certainly know Rhaegar was, to say he was preoccupied with the idea of prophecy and of the long night and of the prince who was promised. To say that he was obsessed is an understatement. He changed his life, and that became its focus. I think he did have dragon dreams, and he saw Daenerys, but he thought at first that it was himself, and then he thought it was his son. At this point in time, his mother had not given birth to Daenerys. She did not exist, so Rhaegar didn't make the connection that we are able to make. We know Daenerys saw him in the House of the Undying in a vision of her own. You guys know I talk about it all the time. I believe Rhaegar saw Dany and he got confused. It was mistaken identity. I think some Targaryens did have dragon dreams, and I think sometimes it looked to the outside like they were just crazy, losing their mind. But I think that's a symptom of being plagued by dragon dreams and the confusion of not knowing what they mean, the frustration, like, I need to figure this out. People's ideas of what they're seeing and of what their visions and dreams mean they evolve. But there's only so much information you can glean from a prophecy. If you do have a vision or a dream, you've got to be very careful not to take it super literally. But if you are experiencing them at all and you're seeing this child that looks like one of your family, you're going to feel like we need to do what we can to get to this person, to get to their existence. I think key Targaryens throughout the dynasty had dragon dreams, and it was an underlying motivation that was pushing them towards retaining the Iron Throne, but also continuing the dynasty as a whole, because they believe that the person that is going to be there at crunch time when the long night comes is a Targaryen. A Targaryen must be on the Iron Throne, that whole thing. And I think odds are what they saw was Daenerys. But everyone got confused, and low-key everyone made it about themselves.